Master the art of love, avoiding the pitfalls of marrying the wrong person. Welcome to a thought-provoking exploration that may very well redefine your perspective on marriage and relationships. In a world where the question, "Have I married the right person?" echoes through the halls of countless homes, we find ourselves at a crossroads of confusion and reflection. With a staggering 40% of marriages in the United States ending in divorce, this inquiry gains a haunting relevance. The oft-quoted reason being, "I married the wrong person." But is it as simple as that? Today, guided by the wisdom of Stoic philosophers who teach us the art of facing life's turmoils with a calm spirit, we embark on a journey to unravel the complex tapestry of marriage. This exploration is not just about understanding why relationships might falter, but is aimed at arming us with the insight to forge stronger, more resilient bonds. So, if you've ever found yourself pondering the depth and durability of your marital connection, or if you're curious about the underpinnings of lasting love, join us. This isn't just an investigation into what pulls us apart, but a guide to building the foundations that keep us together. Are you ready to dive deep and perhaps find the key to enduring companionship? Let's begin. Number 1. Idealizing marriage turns expectations into unrealistic ones. Do you dream about love like in a fairy tale? Do you envision a perfect wedding and happily ever after? Be careful, because marriage in reality can be very different and surprise you. Behind the splendor of romantic love stories lie bitter truths that not everyone can easily face. Many people enter marriage with the hope of an ideal life, where their partner will be a miracle that heals all pain and brings eternal happiness. But let's be realistic. Life is not a romantic movie. At some point, harsh reality will show you that those expectations are just far-fetched illusions. Abandoning this cultural ideal is no small matter for many people. For decades, it has housed the most cherished hopes and dreams. In middle school, many girls begin to fantasize about having a man to stop the world and melt with, and although there is no lasting evidence that such a person exists, they have never really stopped waiting for that person's appearance. It's not that they've never loved, they have. If asked, they still confidently answer that they love their husband very much. But have you ever wished he was different? Every time you wished he would do, say, or be something he's not, it's as if you're expecting him to be someone he isn't. It's as if Prince Charming might be around the corner. It is the gap between expectations and reality that creates all the disappointments in life, such that it is difficult to feel anything other than deceived. The unattractive truth: there is no prince in shining armor coming to save you from loneliness and anxiety, to free you from feelings of inadequacy. It asks difficult questions. Can you always feel grateful for what you have, instead of disappointed in what you don't? Can you let go of your attachment to a cultural idea that is quite literally a fairy tale? So how do you avoid the trap of fantasizing about marriage and escape from beautiful dreams that don't align with reality? You need to learn how to accept. You're not perfect, and neither is your partner. They are normal people, so you should not demand too much of them to have this or that quality, or expect them to change for you. Many people believe that after marriage, the other person must know how to change for the other person. No, harmony comes from knowing how to accept each other and understanding each other. The Stoic Marcus Aurelius expressed, "To love only what happens, what was destined, no greater harmony." Always appreciating the present and being willing to accept the accompanying losses helps Stoics stay optimistic in life and love. In the end, the simplest love is still love. Those who pursue Stoicism can wholeheartedly love everything around them but still have to balance against false illusions or collapse in the face of unexpected changes. Love, but don't lose yourself. Number 2. Pressure from society. Before delving into this issue, let's do a small survey. In your opinion, What is the most appropriate age to get married and why? Please comment on your opinion. Thank you for your feedback. Pressure from society is truly a factor that has a very strong impact on many people's decision to get married, sometimes leading to decisions that do not truly reflect personal desires. It must be said that external factors always bring a stronger impact. First is the expectation about the age of marriage. In many cultures, there is an unwritten expectation that people should get married at a certain age. This creates pressure for unmarried people to enter middle age or even earlier. They have an invisible pressure on their shoulders that it's time to get married. Although there are no specific regulations regarding the age of marriage, culture deeply influences the beliefs of those who grow up in that culture. Therefore, even if they don't really want to, they still feel a certain pressure to get married at a certain time in their lives. Besides, pressure from friends and family is also a factor that makes people change their views on marriage. When you see your friends and relatives around you starting to get married, you may feel like you're falling behind them. This feeling can become strong, making you think you need to catch up with them. This can lead to making hasty decisions about marriage without enough time to think carefully or fully evaluate whether you are truly ready for a long-term commitment. In many families, especially in places that emphasize tradition, parents often expect their children to pursue a predetermined path, including getting married and starting a family. Especially in families that value maintaining the family line, the pressure to get married and have children to continue the family line is huge. This is not just limited to getting married, but also includes the pressure to have children after marriage. In addition, the success of other family members, such as siblings or relatives, in starting a family can also create an implicit pressure, making unmarried people feel the need to hurry. Find a partner so you won't be seen as incompetent. Even inside, each person feels they have a duty to get married so as not to disappoint their family, especially their parents or relatives who have made many sacrifices and expectations for them. As Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This insight holds profound implications when it comes to understanding and facing pressures. It requires the courage to stand up against expectations that may not reflect what you truly want or need. It is vital to communicate openly and honestly with your family about your personal wishes and plans, and to build a happy life based on your own terms and desires. Number 3. Fear of loneliness. Fear of loneliness is one of the strong driving forces that can push a person to make a hasty decision to get married, leading to unwanted consequences. Many people see marriage as a means to escape feelings of loneliness, hoping that a partner will fill the void in their lives and provide a sense of security. However, relying on others to alleviate feelings of loneliness can lead to marrying someone who is not really suitable. They have a mentality of not wanting to be left behind. Seeing friends and relatives starting to have their own families makes you feel even more worried about the upcoming loneliness. Sometimes, the fear of facing life alone can cloud the ability to self-analyze and understand oneself and what one really needs from a relationship. This can lead to accepting an unhealthy relationship just to avoid the immediate feeling of loneliness. The fear of loneliness can drive certain individuals to hastily enter into a new relationship without truly understanding themselves or their partner, thus disregarding warning signs that the relationship might not be the best choice. They expect the relationship to quickly eliminate the feeling of loneliness and bring complete happiness, but when this does not happen, they are even more disappointed and feel lonely. There is a saying, if you're not happy and single, you probably won't be happy and married either. The key to achieving true happiness lies within yourself. You need to learn how to find joy and peace in every situation, whether it's in a relationship or single. This internal happiness will be a solid foundation for your life, regardless of anyone or anything outside. Life has many things to explore and experience, not just limited to relationships. Take this time to reflect on what is truly important to you, redefining your goals and values. Every event in life has its reason. Maybe now is not the time for you to find a lifelong companion. Everyone's life happens at their own pace, so don't let other people's times and progress affect your own. Number 4. Difference. Another reason why you might marry the wrong person is the difference in values and goals between the two of you. Differences between two people in marriage are inevitable, but significant differences in interests, personality, goals or circumstances can lead to serious conflicts and even marriage dissolution if it is not resolved effectively. When couples don't share common interests or leisure activities, they may have difficulty finding the time and ways to enjoy life together. This can lead to feelings of distance or lack of connection. It is often said that opposite magnets attract each other, but strong or opposite personalities can backfire. For example, a very extroverted person compared to an introverted person may have different characteristics, different social expectations and needs, leading to misunderstandings and disappointments. One of the differences that has the greatest impact on a relationship is the difference in family background, including differences in cultural, educational, and financial background. There is an ancient saying, equal in wealth and status, or which layer of clouds meets the same layer of wind, reflecting the view that compatibility is not simply about similarity of circumstances, but also includes compatibility. Insight into lifestyle, goals, and values. This emphasizes the importance of finding harmony, not only on the outside but also in common values and dreams, helping to strengthen the foundation for a sustainable and harmonious relationship. Differences in family background are not only a personal challenge between two people in a relationship, but can also have a profound impact on both families, especially when each party has completely different views and ways of thinking. Contradictory. This is closely related to the way many people today still idealize relationships, hoping that life will be like a fairy tale where Cinderella finds her Prince Charming and they both live happily ever after. In reality, however, when differences in family background arise, they can create financial, educational, and cultural gaps, making it difficult for both individuals to build consensus. Mutual understanding and understanding. For example, financial differences can lead to conflicts over how to spend or invest, while educational and cultural differences can affect how to educate children or relate to relatives. Additionally, pressure from family cannot be ignored, as each party may bring with them their own expectations of how the relationship should be maintained. This can create additional stress and pressure for the couple, causing them to struggle between maintaining peace with their family and building their own lives. So, while fairy tales can be a source of inspiration, it's important to be clear about the realities and challenges that different family backgrounds bring. This requires understanding, communication, and compromise from both sides to build a strong and harmonious relationship. A man once wrote on a marriage and family forum as follows: "I'm a smart software engineer, and my wife knows nothing but cooking. I'm disappointed after 9 months of marriage. What should I do now?" Many people have expressed their opinions below this guy's post. They thought he might realize that his wife didn't have much contact with the outside world. This can make her feel overwhelmed and self-conscious. The solution to this situation is to create conditions for her to feel comfortable. Compliment her cooking and cleaning skills. Show your appreciation and respect, especially towards her parents. Also, find out what her real interests are. Do this with an open mind and you will be surprised. Maybe she likes cooking, sewing, or anything else. Help her see that the world is big by traveling, watching movies, or participating in art events. Create opportunities to share with her about daily news or social issues. The most important thing is to work on yourself. Don't think she's stupid just because she doesn't have the same interests as you. She might be thinking that you're stupid because you only know how to code. Number 5. Decisions based on temporary emotions. Making a marriage decision based on temporary emotions without carefully considering other factors can lead to unwanted long-term consequences. When emotions overwhelm reason, a person can get carried away with joy, excitement, or intense feelings of love and ignore deeper issues in the relationship. Factors such as compatibility, long-term goals, personal values, and preparation for married life are often ignored during this stage. As a result, as emotions subside and the realities of living together and relationship challenges begin to emerge, previously unconsidered issues can become sources of tension and conflict. This not only affects the happiness and stability of the marriage, but can also lead to serious consequences such as conflicts, disappointment, and even divorce. There are many factors that influence emotions to prevail over reason. One of the main reasons may be because you have given too much love to your partner. There are often people who pursue love with the same mindset as when they first fell in love. They give everything without consideration. The battle between the heart and the mind is a battle with no clear winner or loser. Everything depends on each individual's ability to find balance and control his or her own emotions. There is advice that whatever you do your best, but only 99%. Keep 1% for yourself so that when things fall apart, you won't feel like you've lost everything. Ignoring advice from relatives or friends is also a sign that you are letting your emotions overwhelm your reason. In moments like these, you probably have a series of reasons to ignore all advice. You think that your own feelings must be given top priority. You think that marriage is a matter between two people and has nothing to do with outsiders. But you forget that outsiders always have a more sober and wise view. You should carefully consider their opinions. You must ask, why do they think that way? Where do they come from with such comments? Does it stem from personal hatred? No matter what the result is, you must be the one to think first. What were the feelings you had before making the decision to get married? I believe it is influenced by many other external factors, but emotions are yours. You can completely control it and manipulate it. Therefore, in getting married or any important decision in life, careful consideration, considering logical and long-term factors along with emotions, is extremely important. This helps ensure that the decision is made not just on a whim, but also on a solid foundation for the future. We appreciate you following along so far. Please give us a like and subscribe to continue watching. The rest of the video will be even more important. Number 6. Lack of understanding about the opponent. Factors such as too much pressure from society lead to the decision to marry based on emotions and lack of maturity, so the two enter marriage without understanding each other well. Lack of understanding about the other person makes disillusionment after marriage more common. A painful situation now is that both of them have no intention of trying to mend this marriage. The age of technological development makes us humans. Even those living under the same roof lack communication with each other. Direct conversations between husband and wife gradually become rare and are replaced by long hours of silence, while both sides have other concerns, such as television screens and phones. Both sides have difficulty sharing a common story, and this gradually leads to separation. They even felt like they had nothing to discuss with each other. Lack of communication leads to a lack of intimacy, even leading to infidelity, one of the main reasons for divorce. Lack of understanding of the other person's personality, desires, values, and goals can create unwanted disagreements. These differences can lead to conflicts and arguments, weakening the basis of the relationship. Sometimes these conflicts can become difficult to resolve and cause tension and separation in the marriage. Imagine you're allergic to peanuts and your partner gives you a cake with peanut butter in it. Maybe they don't mean it because they don't know this. But think about it. My partner, the person I've lived with for so long, doesn't know what I'm allergic to. So is this relationship really sincere? Anything that bothers you about the relationship should be brought up for discussion. Bringing up the uncomfortable is the only way to gauge how well you two are communicating, negotiating, and working together. Throughout life, difficulties will inevitably arise. You need to know now, before you make a commitment. Can you resolve your differences and find compromises that work for both of you? Never be afraid to let the person know what bothers you. This is also a way for you to test your level of vulnerability with this person. The person best suited for us is not the person who shares all of our interests, but the person who can negotiate differences in interests intelligently, the good person. Dissent. Rather than some conceptual idea of perfect complementarity, it is the ability to accept differences with generosity that is the true mark of a not-so-wrong person. Compatibility is an achievement of love. It is not a prerequisite of it. Therefore, premarital dialogue is a necessary and mandatory task for couples. Talk frankly about each other's expectations before marriage. From cooking, finances, children to career direction, everything exposed. Don't let pent-up disagreements turn into bombs that destroy the future. Number 7. Views on marriage change. After marriage, views on marriage may change over time, and this can cause conflicts and difficulties in the relationship. Each person in a marriage brings their own values, desires, and expectations, and when these perspectives cannot be reconciled, there is a high risk that the relationship will fail. To help us learn more about you, take this survey with us. Do you agree with the opinion, men make houses, women make homes? Option 1, yes. Option 2, no. Reality shows that the above viewpoint is weighing heavily on the majority of families. They have a lot of arguments about the fact that women are taking on too many roles. Many women today not only take on the majority of child-rearing responsibilities, but also maintain full-time jobs and cook and take care of the housework. Attorney Holly J. Moore of the law firm Moore Family Law Group said that previous social beliefs assumed that women were responsible for taking care of the family. However, as women's role in the workforce has expanded, it has led to an imbalance where women are overburdened both at work and at home. If two people cannot reconcile and find a solution to this problem, a breakup will happen sooner or later. Additionally, changes in attitudes and values can come from a variety of sources, including personal growth, influences from the social environment, or new life experiences. When either person is no longer satisfied with these changes, the relationship can be threatened. Therefore, respect and understanding of the other person's point of view, along with the ability to negotiate and work together to find solutions, is very important in maintaining a strong marriage. Sometimes, changing your perspective and adapting to change is necessary for the relationship to go further. However, if you cannot find balance and understand each other, the relationship may face the risk of breakdown. Number 8. Dependence on the other person to shape yourself. Have you ever heard the saying, "A woman's life is better off if she is married to a successful husband"? This perspective has created in each person's subconscious that shaping their own value depends on others. They believe that marrying a successful and famous husband will enhance their reputation. Their value is measured by the prestige of their husband. The higher the other person's status, the higher their value. This is the reason that leads to political marriages, relationships where love is not put first, marriage contracts, and turning important life events into an exchange commodity. In many cultures, marrying a successful, rich, or famous man is often considered a sign of success and fame for women. This perspective reflects the presence of gender stereotypes and social discrimination regarding the role and status of women in society. They may feel the need to prove themselves through attracting and maintaining a good husband in order to be worthy of respect from society. However, this perspective can lead to negative consequences for both parties in the relationship. For women, Subjecting self-awareness and autonomy to the control and judgment of others can erode their confidence and independence. They may feel constrained and lose freedom in personal decisions and personal development. In addition, building a marital relationship based on political, financial, or social criteria often weakens the foundation of the relationship, failing to create a solid base and a sense of love and commitment. Conclude. Instead, such relationships can become draining, unnatural, and lacking in trust and deep connection between the two people. Therefore, to create truly healthy and lasting marital relationships, it is necessary to eliminate stereotypes and classical views about gender roles and personal values. Instead, it is necessary to build a foundation based on respect, self-discipline, and consensus between both parties, where love and commitment are valued and shaped by understanding and respect each other. A 19th century Danish philosopher named Kierkegaard, in his book Either Or, had a wonderful outburst where he basically said, "Of course you will marry the wrong person and make the wrong decisions in an entire area. And the reason you do this is because you are human. So don't beat yourself up for doing it." Things that humans do. He also said this: "Get married and you'll regret it. Don't get married and you'll regret it. Get married or don't get married and you'll regret it." So, don't try to fight against fate. You need to accept it and find a solution for it. All of the above reasons come from yourself. It's your life. Decide for yourself. Look for yourself. Think for yourself. And if something is wrong, don't blame anyone. It's not your fault. Before knowing what is right, you need to know what is wrong. So don't worry, don't be disappointed, and don't give up. Get up right where you fell and start over, because nothing is too late. Thank you for following so far. Stoic lessons should always be your guide in life. Please give us a like and subscribe to follow more upcoming lessons. We appreciate your support.